now's the time when things are shifting. There's gonna be a new world order out there, and we've got to lead it.
True internet suffer depression.
You are fake news.
I am not suicidal.
We'll circle back with you directly. I can circle back. I'll circle back with you.
Do not come. Do not come.
I'm gonna come.
Hello and welcome to episode 266 of the Jeffrey and Brian Show. I'm Jeffrey.
I'm Brian.
And we're just two guys drinking some beers, talking about what's going on. Well, the Christmas season, the Christmas has ended, and we got the New Year coming up.
Yep.
Oh, excuse me.
2025 in a couple of days.
It will be. I got the first toothache of my entire life, and it hurt so much. I had no idea they were so nasty. I can't wait to go to a dentist, and I can't believe I'm saying that because I've never said that in my life.
Most people don't say that.
I hate to say it, but I think it's the water in West Virginia. Just rotting the teeth out of my head, which is crazy because I'm buying spring water with a water bubbler at home, but I'm cooking and bathing with well water, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know. The test came back, said it was safe. I'm going to have to check the sulfur levels because we're going to have to get it tested again here pretty soon.
No, okay.
Whatever. This California program where Soros has been backing progressives is starting to fall apart. These guys are getting voted out of office and taken out of office.
Yes.
Man, we've been talking about this guy for years, haven't we?
Oh, yeah.
And
Yep.
I got a feeling the average person who votes at all, let alone votes Democrat, has no idea who George Soros is.
No.
Or
He
his
was
kid.
somebody that he's a billionaire that a few years back decided that he thought he could best influence the government by focusing on civil rights crimes with attorney generals across the nation. And it worked for many, many years.
Well, yeah. Well, look at what California did concerning theft and enforcing law in general.
And that's on here someplace.
Yes, it's in here somewhere. Only recently have they turned around on their you can get away with stealing whatever the hell you want.
Yeah, the citizens actually voted it out.
Well, yeah, I mean, it sounds great that you're not putting people in prison, but like now the prices of everything are going up because the businesses you shop at are being stolen from. And if you actually pay for your goods instead of stealing them, you have to pay more to make up for the loss that the store put up with.
Yeah.
And loss prevention isn't what it used to be. When you and I were kids, the guy in charge of loss prevention would tackle you if you walked out of the store.
They're not allowed to do that.
They won't even touch you. Sir, will you please come with us? Just keep walking if you're stealing, right?
Yeah, there's no deterrent for them to keep on trucking.
Yeah. And I get it because it's not worth the lawsuit if you're wrong and they didn't steal something. Well, that's a different story. Like when I was working security, it wasn't loss prevention. I was keeping people safe because we were selling drugs at the bud shop, you know.
Yeah.
Speaking of, El Matadoro sent me a message today.
Okay.
I responded back to him, but I haven't heard back. Just thought I'd bring him up. We haven't heard from him in a while, you know.
Yeah.
He promised to give us more money to pay for our show, but he didn't.
Never did.
He gave us the second biggest donation we ever had.
Oh yeah, because we bought a case of beer back in the day. It might have, with inflation, it might have equaled out, you know.
Well, yeah, perhaps. Okay, so Trump brought up the Panama Canal and Greenland again, and making Canada the 51st state, and people are taking this so serious that they're writing articles about it.
Yes, they are.
Are these people stupid, or do they think your average American is stupid?
I think they think your average American's stupid.
So people don't realize. He's obviously. What are you going to do with Greenland? Well, okay, there's some resources there, but we're just going to mine the entire glacier of Greenland.
Yeah.
The Panama Canal, we used to own the Panama Canal. We turned it over to people of Panama
Carter
once it
got
was
rid
paid
of it.
off.
He said it was too much of a hassle.
Well, we paid off what it cost to build it before that too, so it wasn't even that big a deal.
There was no agreement that we were going to give it back to Panama.
No, there wasn't. There was no initial agreement, but at least we got back.
No, I heard we're the country that uses it like 74% of the time, and we're the ones that get charged the most to use it.
Yeah, that makes
Trump's trying
perfect
to
sense.
negotiate a discount, since there would be no canal without the U.S.
And if we're using it the most, that's usually your best customer gets the best rate, right?
Yeah.
What up, Guapo?
Nothing much. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
You're kind of quiet.
Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you, just not very well.
How about now? How about
Better.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
All right.
better.
I turned my volume up a little bit too.
now?
Huh. Oh yeah. I think we talked about this. That Georgia says they could subpoena Fannie Willis.
Yeah. It just happened.
Yeah.
Okay, so
We were talking
only
about how she lost.
lost the job.
Yeah, she lost the job.
No, the court. Yeah, the judge say something about it.
The appeal.
Yep.
Okay. Well, apparently she's gonna be able to be subpoenaed. Obviously, anyone can be subpoenaed, right?
Yeah,
In
I know.
normal life, yeah, that's the way it should be.
So I don't see the issue here, especially if you were kicked out of the job for corruption. You know, what I mean, it's not even like you're protecting something that needs to be protected. You're protecting yourself at that point.
Right.
Yeah. So what you guys say about Panama Canal is gonna happen?
No, it's not gonna happen. I think I
Trump,
think it's a typical Trump negotiating tactic
the big ask.
to lower the rates
Got you.
to
Okay.
get our U.S. ships through there.
Oh, and the big ask. You say we're gonna take it over. And they say no, you can't do that. It's like, okay, how about you give us a 50% discount? And they say, well, that's better than taking it over.
Yep.
But didn't China like build a bigger canal now?
I thought they were working on it.
Through what?
Still.
Through right next to the Panama Canal.
Panama's gonna let this happen?
Yeah, they already borrowed money from China. How China been taking over everywhere? Like, hey, you want some money? Like,
Well, also because Panama thinks they're losing business to the super freighters that can't fit through there.
Oh, so they're building something wider for these giant cargo ships that
Yes.
carry
Right.
hundreds of containers. Okay.
Yeah, Panama freighters cannot go through there no more.
Yeah, well, I mean, one way, granted, a wider canal is one way to do it, and another way to do it is just send multiple smaller ships, but that's expensive too.
Yeah.
But as I recall, doesn't the Panama Canal have a lock system because the
Yes, they
Atlantic
do.
Ocean, the
They
Pacific
do it the
Ocean,
same.
Yep.
yeah,
They'll
they're
build the one
different
next to
levels,
it.
right?
Yeah, they build the one next to it too.
That blows my mind. How the fuck is the Pacific Ocean higher than the Atlantic Ocean?
And it's what it is, dude.
Doesn't water isn't a liquid takes the shape of its container, right?
Yes, but at the same time, the topographically, it could be. It is what it is. It's like the fucking Dead Sea is higher than every other ocean out there.
That has something to do with the salt content, just like the two seas that meet but don't mix. That's
The
really
level.
neat.
It's not a saturation. It's the level I'm talking about. It's higher than any other ocean out there.
That just seems crazy. Like it should just go down. I don't know. I'm sure there's perfectly good math that explains it. I just don't care enough to.
It's like Rena's being west of San Diego. It is what it is.
Well, yeah, and Boston is north of Toronto.
Yeah, it's just people don't realize how the map is shaped.
Yeah, that's what gets me. First time I heard that, I was like, "No way, it's north of Toronto." I was like, "I used to drive north to Montreal, not Toronto."
Like, if you're in Detroit to get to Canada, you got to go south.
Yep.
I see that. To get from where I was in Pembroke, Massachusetts, to get to Virginia, I had to drive north up into Boston to get on the freeway that goes down south out of the state. Either that or cut all the way east across to the Cape Cod and come across another highway, which is an extra hour. Janet Yellen says that we may hit our new debt issue before Trump takes office.
Of course she is.
Yeah.
That makes her, it's more of the scare tactics.
Oh, are we live somewhere?
You know what?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just got a message back from El Matadoro.
Mm-hmm.
No, we're not live anywhere.
All right. I thought
That's
that's what
what
I was
he
saying. I was
wants.
like,
Does he
it
want
was
to be
just
on the
weird timing that
show?
even. It was just strange that oh shoot, yeah, I'll send him a link. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
Brian, what else are we talking about? Sorry, I'm gonna send him over a link.
Janet Yellen talking about the fucking debt ceiling stuff, which I don't believe anything she said, dude. She was the fucking it's not the president. What's it called? The Federal Reserve, the chairman.
Oh, she was, yeah, in charge of
Yeah,
the Federal Reserve.
and she
Now she's
could
the
fucking
Treasury
handle.
Secretary.
And then remember when she said like, "Oh, it's transitory. The inflation is transitory." Like, okay, how did
And then
that
she
go?
told us it was a good
Yeah,
thing that it's happening.
yeah. So
Yeah.
she's a fucking liar. So why would you
Well,
believe anything she say?
well, this is what we've been hearing from the left for a long time was it's not real. Then,
Mhm.
oh, it's only a little bit. Oh, it's
Yeah,
actually a good thing.
yeah.
You know what I mean? This is what
Mm-hmm.
keeps happening. Just like when that one woman was speaking to JD Vance about the migrants
The,
taking over facilities.
uh,
She's like, it's only a handful. He's
this,
like, oh, only a
this
handful. Do you hear yourself?
it should not even happen just once. You know.
So Big Lots came to a deal
Yeah.
to save some of the locations, a couple hundred of them, 300 or 400.
Here in
Um,
Virginia.
There'll be
yeah, it says southeast. They're gonna be replaced by something else, but I don't know what counts as south. You know,
probably Virginia.
probably
Mm,
because I'm further south than a lot of Virginia, and it's considered the north.
mm.
So I don't know what
Well, as
counts as what.
this is 13 news now, so that's why I was asking here in Virginia because you know who else is closing a lot of stores now? Advance Auto.
Yes, we talked about this last week actually.
Do we?
Yeah, we
Oh,
did.
okay.
Yeah, and we talked.
It
That was
was
not
our
talking about Napa and
our Christmas Eve service show.
yes.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Well,
Our
it's funny because
makeup show from the prior Saturday.
I was
that's what it
gone.
was because
I was gone.
I had bubble guts from food poisoning from Mexican food.
Mm,
It was so
Mexican
good
food.
though.
So you guys stick with
Mexican
Taco
food. It
Bell.
was Taco Bell.
No, real Mexican food.
So why you got bubble? Oh, like too much or like it wasn't contaminated?
I don't. If you change your diet up to a different type of
Too
cuisine
greasy.
without,
Too greasy.
I don't even know
Greasy,
what
yeah.
it might
Maybe.
be greasy. It might be that it was too starchy
Mm,
or whatever they put in it. It's more than I usually have. It was
okay.
delicious. Just like if you eat Indian food, you don't usually eat Indian food. You can't
Spiciness.
stop. You can't stop crapping everywhere.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, because you're used to a certain palate.
Yeah. Well, I there's a Chinese restaurant I go to because the rice is perfect. It's not sticky. It's just perfect.
American Chinese food is not the same thing. No,
I
you know
know,
that,
I
right?
know, I
No.
know. But this is the place I go
I've
to,
eaten Chinese food all around the world.
and it's not the
And it's
same.
so much better.
Oh yeah, Panda Express, man. Like, don't. It's delicious when you get that chicken that they dump in
That-
like sugar and molasses, then they cover it in sugar, and then they
The
fry it, and
orange
they cover it in
chicken.
molasses again. Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
so
it's something
like,
to
this
get you
isn't real
by.
food.
And there's something to get you by. You know, like all right, whatever. You know.
But
Yeah,
you
no,
really can't call that Chinese food. That's like calling Taco Bell Mexican.
Yeah.
Tex-Mex at
Well, it's
best.
Tex-Mex. Tex-Mex. It's like
Tacos
I
American.
tried the nuggets, by the way.
All right, were they any good?
Taco
Yeah,
Bell.
they were pretty good.
The breakfast is not bad. The Taco
No,
Bell
it's not.
breakfast. Oh my god, the fucking wrap. Chalupa. Whatever.
Burrito.
It's a burrito. No, they got like a wrap looking thing.
Oh,
with
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
yeah, it got a hash brown in the middle.
The
like
crunch
woo.
wrap. The
Yeah,
crunch wrap. Yeah, the
breakfast.
breakfast crunch wrap.
Yeah, that's just good.
Uh,
Just to get you by for the morning, you know.
I miss the McSkillet burrito from McDonald's. Their breakfast burrito.
Mm.
That was delicious.
They had the breakfast burrito.
They brought it back.
The 99, $1.99 breakfast burrito.
Maybe I just remember when I was driving to NOB, I would swing over to Airside, stop at
Yeah.
McDonald's almost every morning to get a steak McSkillet burrito. It was the eggs and the steak and the bacon and the peppers. Oh, it was so good.
I do that when I get paid in the morning. Like I don't want to cook breakfast.
Yeah,
I'm on a
I'm gonna get
splurge.
something.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get hangover food. 'Cause
But
it's so
but
delicious.
at least I make my own coffee. I get orange juice from them, because I'm not gonna get the coffee. We'll
Too
pay extra.
expensive.
Yeah.
And from what I hear, it's not very good for expensive coffee.
Yeah.
Or,
All right.
like I said, I'm not a coffee drinker anyway.
I'm not either.
So Epstein's back in the news. Apparently, they're going to release the list.
So they say.
Yeah.
So they say.
We'll see what happens.
Exactly. It depends on whose name is on that list. I mean, if someone murdered this guy in jail for this information,
yeah,
this is like having information that might put Hillary Clinton in jail. Like, I'm surprised Guapo's still alive after he told us he has information that could put Hillary Clinton in jail.
I'm not suicidal. I'm not suicidal.
I'm not. Okay, Jesse Smollett.
I almost took a drink right before he said that.
You know what? It's been a long time since I've seen you shoot beer out your nose, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a while because I used to get you to do it every now and then, every couple of weeks. Now you expect the ridiculous comment.
Yes, I do. I time my drinking as good as I can.
So all over my news feed today, when I was looking for stuff to fill in the gaps in this list, I kept seeing gold and silver coming up and Bitcoin, but in particular gold. And all these articles are saying gold's going to continue to soar. It's going to continue to soar. And all I could think was, I've been following gold. And since the November election, the price of the results came out, the price of gold has been going down. Now, granted, that's a small window compared to 4 years. But I don't know. Typically, gold goes up as the value of the dollar goes down. Are we concerned about the dollar losing more value? Because if that's the case,
yes,
it's time to buy more
because
gold.
of the Bitcoin. You introduce another currency to the fucking masses.
I don't see how that necessarily hurts the dollar, though. Well, I guess if the dollar's not backed by anything anymore, then it is just as
but you
susceptible.
wedge in something else between the dollar and the gold, of course, it's gonna affect it.
Yeah, so I'm trying to decide when it's time to pounce because I'm probably gonna buy 5 to 10 more ounces of silver here soon.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to decide when I think the low is gonna be because right now silver's under $30 an ounce.
Well,
yeah,
and you know what? Tick Pool made a good point once. Like when you're rich, you don't keep your money liquefied. You buy access,
physical assets.
Yeah, a mansion. That's why you made a mansion so you can sell it and just keep your wealth.
Yes, but if I can buy silver for $2 less an ounce, that's just maybe 1 more ounce of silver I can get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, have you ever heard of Magnus Carlsen? I have heard this name before. Saw this article everywhere.
Yeah, I shared this article. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Brian shared it, and I thought that was kind of crazy because I just read like 9 of these articles.
I know they showed up everywhere. This is apparently a chess grandmaster, won a few times, and
he's the reigning champion.
Right, and he was just kicked out. He quit a championship tournament over a pair of jeans because they said it didn't meet the dress code.
Dress code's the dress code. I understand that. I mean, if this is the rules that everyone has to follow, that's the rule everyone has to follow. But you would
apparently
think
he was in a bad mood that day and didn't want to change his pants, so he said, "I quit."
Or maybe he just didn't bring a spare pair of pants.
I'm sorry. You like a preparation that doesn't constitute my emergency.
Oh, hey, this guy didn't complain to anyone, blaming anyone. He's just like, what the hell? I can't wear denim jeans.
I'm out.
Yeah.
I quit.
It is what it is,
Yeah, exactly. If those are the rules, those are the rules.
Yeah. You get, it's like people's like, well, why can't we do this differently? No. You want to come on to this? You want to change it now? No, sorry. Start your own.
Exactly. You should have brought this up 6 months ago, right?
Right.
Same thing I bring up to these lefties. Like, oh, the law's stupid. It's like you had tons of time to change all these laws.
Yeah.
And you didn't give a shit until it's affecting you. Greg Gumbel died.
Yes, he did.
Mm.
78 years old.
Yeah. Anyone who's not familiar, he was a sports anchor for ESPN ESPN, right?
I know he's on CBS for a while too.
Okay, maybe that's what I'm thinking. Um, nah. Just a name that sports fans would be familiar with. And
Yeah.
while we're on sports for a minute, what's going
What up?
on with the NFL?
I don't know.
I don't
All right.
follow it. The Beyonce stuff like that.
But Beyonce thing came up, yeah, but
I
I was
guess because
referring to
Netflix.
a lot of people are upset about the referees' calls lately. The
Oh, they're
officials.
horrible. Yeah, they've been horrible. Yeah.
Like there was one about the Washington Commanders, and I think it was the Jets. And I watched the replay after the fact because I didn't watch the game. But this guy was clearly offsides. Had committed a false start. The right tight end. He was like 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage in his pass block position before the ball was snapped. And they
There'll
allowed
probably have to be more challenges allowed and more camera angles.
the guy. They threw their red flag for a challenge, and the refs threw it away. It upset a lot of people.
That's when because the headquarters for the NFL can call for challenges too. They're
Okay.
watching all these games in some office somewhere, looking for things like this. So,
Well, apparently people thought AOC was pregnant from her white boyfriend.
and from her Thanksgiving photos, it's like she gained 10 pounds. She said
Hey.
she just said she ate well during the holidays.
I bet she did a lot of sausages.
Hey, I can accept the I ate a whole bunch of Thanksgiving dinner. You know what I mean?
Is she glowing? Is she glowing?
Okay.
Okay, would this be called geriatric pregnancy? Yes, it is a geriatric pregnancy.
Well, not because she's too old, though.
Yes, 34, about to be 35.
That's not too old.
Yes, they're called geriatric pregnancy.
I thought it was like 37 was geriatric.
No, it's 30 years old. You're already pushing it.
All right.
Yeah. What am I then?
Well, that just refers to pregnancy. Like the wife's pregnancies were geriatric because she was older than what is expected. Whatever. Yeah.
There we go. All right, let's see.
I read this article. I actually had read this article last week or the week before, where they found this congresswoman.
I did too, but I didn't bother sharing it.
I know.
Actually, it's 35. Yeah, it's 35 geriatric pregnancy.
Okay.
Yeah,
go ahead.
I mean, can she run? I mean, when she can run for president, she's gonna be 35.
35.
Yeah. So when this pregnancy,
when she's no longer pregnant.
No, I mean, like when she turned 35, that's the thing. Because I know she cannot run for president yet, or even Senate. Does the Senate have to be limit age?
No, not that low. They do have, but it's. She might be senator level.
The 35-year-old congresswoman. Yeah, she's 35 already. Yeah, she's old.
Shit, I'm 42.
Dude, she's the same age as my ex-wife. I just realized. I don't know why my kid had to ask my ex-wife, "How old are you, mom?" Like, she's like 35. Look.
Yeah, she can serve in the Senate. You got to be at least 30 years old.
For president?
No, for Senate.
Oh, really?
Your Mormon ex-wife?
Mm-hmm.
I remember when I found out she was Mormon. It was because I was sitting here ripping on the Mormons for like 10 minutes.
I know, dude. I did find out to my dad, ask her questions like, "So are you Mormon?" So like, yes. So like, what?
You have magic underpants?
Yeah, that's one of the questions. That was one of the questions. Like, what? Like, I've been dating you for a month. The religious part didn't come to question because I wasn't thinking about it. You know,
you were thinking about something else.
Yeah, I was thinking about something else.
All right. Anyway, back to this congresswoman. I saw this last week too, and I didn't think too much of it.
No, I didn't either.
Geriatric congresswoman pregnancy.
Well, that's I mean, if you looked at the average age of the House of Representatives, people, it's pretty excuse high.
She's a baby compared to every Democrat.
Well,
she stopped coming to vote. she stopped
Right to
coming
the
across.
election,
She's
right?
a California, I think, congresswoman. She stopped coming to vote, and
No,
apparently somebody looked into it, and she doesn't even have a home by her own in California anymore. She's living in a nursing home.
she's a Republican Texas woman.
Okay, whatever.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, and she's dealing with dementia or something.
Yeah, and this
At 81, let it go. There's no point in it.
no, you know what? The fucking people that covering up for her should be in jail. I'm sorry, why are we going through this? This is bullshit, dude.
Went through it with
Yeah, well,
Nancy Pelosi.
Sit like if you're in a fucking asylum home, if you know this person's fucking beyond fucking, you committing fraud to the American people. Who's making
well,
her fucking calls?
look at Joe. Well, nobody did. She didn't even vote versus Joe Biden, who's still passing laws and signing stuff.
There
Oh
should
yeah,
be a
he's
fucking
living the dream.
everybody should be arrested in that fucking situation too.
In what situation?
Joe
The
Biden.
fact,
He
oh
can do
yeah,
it. He's still president, unfortunately.
Who's the president? He don't even know what the fuck he's doing sometimes.
Well, whoever's got his auto pen, they're doing a great job right now.
Yeah, they're fucking up everything up.
But that's how our system works, They're trying to make it as difficult as possible for Trump to succeed.
But they're not making it difficult for Joe Biden to fucking pardon all these fucking crazy people.
No, which Biden's going to get pardoned next? He's
Jim
got a
Biden,
brother.
his brother. Yep, Jim Biden. And you know what? He's gonna leave with that pardon Pelosi and all the Democrats because he's fucking upset with them.
He's not giving Pelosi a pardon.
No, he's not gonna give him one.
Okay, that's what you're saying. He's not giving any of them a
I
pardon.
bet you wanna bet.
I mean, he came out with this
Would
thing
have
where
been $20.
he wanted to change the House of Representatives rules where no insider trading.
Yeah, that's why
That was a slap in the face of Pelosi and her husband.
He's not gonna give them
I
pardon.
thought that was already against the law.
No, he just
No,
came
it's
out with
not.
that.
I'm pretty certain it's already against the law for these guys to use this information to go ahead and
But
make trades. That's why Nancy has her husband Paul make all the investments.
yes.
Right.
So Joe Biden just came out with that recently, and he's not gonna pardon him.
I think this is just another law that he's trying to put on top of stuff that already exists. Kind of like they keep talking about gun control. It's like, well, if you think people are going to follow these gun control laws, why don't we just outlaw murder? Because that would stop people from killing people too.
So, like the 15-year-old who's not supposed to have a handgun, what laws does she broke?
By having a handgun, you have to be 21 to buy a handgun.
Yes. So she already broke one law. Did it stop her?
And then took it on into a no gun zone.
Yeah.
And then fired it at people when her life wasn't in threat.
Yeah. So 3 fucking gun laws.
What's one more law going to do to stop someone from doing this?
Yeah.
And her parents might end up in prison just like that other kid.
I think it's not her parents, it's somebody else somewhere else from California.
Dude in California, but he was supposed to blow up federal buildings with bombs at the same time. He's already in custody.
He's the one that provided the gun?
Maybe. I'm not sure. That's actually an excellent question, but she was in Wisconsin or something, wasn't she? That California picked this guy up.
Yeah, but they don't fucking care. The internet's there, so.
No, I'm just saying I'm not sure if he gave her the gun or not.
Yeah, it kind of fell out of loop, hasn't it?
Well, yeah. I mean, you shoot up a Christian school, and everyone looks the other way as soon as they make their gun control cries. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's especially. I bet. Was she LGBTQ or no? She just
No.
hate. So my fucking feminist, ultra feminist.
Yes.
Yes, that's what it was.
Yeah, but if this was a white guy on the subway who choked out a black dude, we'd still be talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, over here in West Virginia, Department of Health and Human Services is watching the opioid epidemic become less lethal in the state, which is good because fentanyl is a real issue out here. And
no, I mean, to one point, like how often, like it's just gonna stop because people are already dead with it.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. Is you're thinning out the herd of the people that will abuse this stuff, and they're just dying, so they can't. they're not there to do it again. But I mean, I'm not justifying it, but I understand why a lot of folks would be doing hardcore drugs. In a lot of West Virginia, there's nothing to do, especially if you can't even afford like an ATV. There's nothing out where I am. Now I enjoy doing what I do, but I mean, not everyone can set up a smelting and a forging shop. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we also just had a guy who was arrested. He's been picked up for wanton endangerment because he discharged 2 rounds while sitting at the bar in a bar.
Oh, how did he discharge 2 rounds? I could see one by accident, but how?
What are you doing with your hand on your gun in a bar?
Okay, I could see like you care because you care. You forgot like, oh shit, I got a handgun. Then you stop up for your first drink. Mistake happens. Okay. But I would not fucking pull it off and pull my trigger in there. Like, no, like it could be around in there, you know? That's
Always
one.
assume it's loaded. It's the first thing they teach you in
Yes,
gun safety, right?
that's the first round.
Yeah.
Where the fuck the second round come from? How the fuck did you discharge 2 rounds?
That's why it's wanton endangerment versus a stupid mistake. This dude sounds like intentionally pulled out his gun and fired off 2 rounds for probably because he drank too much and thought
New
it was
Year's
a
Eve.
cool idea.
Was it Mexican for New Year's Christmas Day?
I'm pretty sure Mexico has the same day for Christmas.
Most
what-
countries do.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know, but I
I'm pretty
say
sure it's a
like he was
Christian thing.
was it like shooting up in the air?
That'd be New Year's
Oh.
Eve.
It doesn't matter. With a festival, it's a festival.
If he's shooting in the air, you're a freaking moron too.
Yeah, that's what I said.
We
This
got
guy-
gravity in the U.S. unless you think you're flat Earth, you know.
Yeah, just
But
keep
this
going.
was this. That's what I was asking. Is the guy Mexican or something? Let me see.
Yeah, well, yeah, flat Earth. I mean,
they-
your bullet's just gonna hit the filament up there and
Well,
get
that
stuck,
shit
right?
Yeah. That's got to come back down.
It's a white guy, Jesse Settles, 29 years
I have
old.
no idea what you're talking about.
The good West Virginian guy arrested for the fucking firing. Of the
Oh,
gun.
yeah.
Yeah, his name is Jesse Settle. No Mexican. Let's name my kid Jesse Settles. No.
Oh, which is funny because that just reminded me of the Nick Fuentes thing we were talking about last week.
Yeah.
What about him?
They were all calling him a white supremacist, and he's like, "I'm Mexican. My name is Fuentes."
No, that could be. You know what? He could be fucking European descent, Spaniard, and still be considered white. But he looks white as hell.
Well, that's why they have non-white Hispanic on there as a list for you when you fill out a
Yeah.
job interview.
Yeah, Nick Fuentes. Oh.
No, he definitely looks like a super white dude. I
That's
thought
what
it was hilarious when he's like, "I'm Mexican. My name is Fuentes."
Did he say he say that?
Yeah,
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
yeah.
I thought it was white Caucasian. Yeah, he's fucking white as fuck too. Vanilla white. Yeah.
Well, realistic, all you need is one male in your family 15 years ago or 15 generations ago to have the name Fuentes, and you might have it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, what's going on in Virginia, Brian?
Nothing.
Oh, really? So this campus, these things, no big deal?
Chesapeake be deputy arrested for safety charges.
Oh, yeah, the
okay.
campus east thing where the people are pissed off because they got one of those cluster mailboxes. They're in like a complex, and the mailboxes were taken out years ago, and they still haven't been replaced.
Yeah. A car drove into them, it says. And it was funny because these are all like college students. They like one of the roads mentioned was Pencil Box Lane or something like that.
I wonder if there's any drinking involved or
Well,
smoking.
They're like, "Oh, it's 3 miles. I have to walk to the next post office." And I go once a month on an Uber. I was like, "Fucking walk! It's 3 miles." I'm sure once a week you could use a little bit of exercise. Maybe that's
You
why.
almost got me again with Uber.
Maybe this is why we're so overweight. We won't even walk to get our mail.
No, fuck that. I'm gonna Uber it.
hop on a skateboard or a bicycle for 3 miles sounds
It
like
better
a
be an
long way, but it's
e-bike.
not. It was such a lazy people. Oh my god. I used to
Well,
work at the
in
post
other exciting news, we got a Chesapeake deputy who's been arrested because he's facing charging for
He or her?
smuggling.
He or her?
I don't know, but they were smuggling contraband into jail.
Because you know what? I'm sorry to say this, but females are more susceptible to
I don't
getting
think it is a her. Let me go back to the article again. I thought
Yeah,
that
look at the Demon Borders 26.
I think it's the guy.
Yeah, fuck.
Yeah,
Unless it's
I know what
getting
you're saying, but if the money's right, some people will do that.
Well, that's the thing is when it comes to women doing it, it's usually because they're
They fall
conned
in
and
love.
falling in love with the inmate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it was a her,
Yeah.
I'd be like, I can fix her. I can fix her.
Yeah. I can fix him. I can
I
fix
can
him.
fix her. I can fix her.
You can't fix her. She's a whore.
I know. Like, but guys and girls fall for that. Like, I can fix a person. No, you can't.
Why would you want to put in that effort anyway?
They think they can fix them, like they fall in love with a person that think like, oh, I can fix. I don't. It's just they think they can fix them. That's all.
But can they fix them?
Nah, that usually doesn't happen. If you're already making you do illegal shit, you the one getting fucking caught, But they don't see it that way.
All right. So, concerning these death row inmates that had their sentences commuted, I guess one of them
was local to us.
a hitman.
A hitman who was hired by the Navy officer's wife and her boyfriend to kill a Navy officer.
We talked about this when it happened, didn't we?
Yeah, we have. And then so he now gets life in prison for killing an actual Navy officer.
Well, he's commuted, no.
No.
Yeah, no, commuted me. His sentence was changed.
Biden wasn't commuting these sentences for the. He's just changing it from
death row to fucking life sentence.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Life, yeah.
Thanks, Joe Biden.
Still not better for the families that of the 3 families that he chose not to do that with.
Well, if we're not going to execute people as a nation, which I'm not necessarily saying it's a bad idea to change our policy, but if we're not going,
we talked about this last show too.
But if we're not going to do it, then let's not do it. And if you're going to have it on the books and then you're going to sentence someone to death, you have to carry it out, or else it means nothing.
Yeah, but when do you carry it out?
That's something that has to be decided upon. But you can't have one person come in after the fact and undo 37 of the 40.
Right.
If you're going to do it. Otherwise, don't.
He doesn't approve the next administration's policies.
Well, he's like, I don't want Trump to kill these people. Like, Trump didn't have shit to do with this.
No. Trump hasn't.
How about Joe Biden pay for the fucking sentence, for the life support they're gonna receive for the next to the die?
Yeah, I don't know. And when he did this, I was like, I hope it's at least because we're hoping it's because of his Catholic faith. And then I hear that it's like, I just don't want Donald Trump to kill these people. And I was like, Trump had nothing to do with it. This was the court system that made these decisions.
Yeah.
The jury decided,
Trump don't have to wash his hand after this. He never touched it.
Yeah. Never had anything to do with it. And shit, Sarnev, who's still on death row, happened way before Trump. And actually, all 3 of these guys happened way before Trump.
All of this happened before probably Trump.
I don't know. I didn't go through every single case.
I bet you did all. Yeah.
But the 3 guys.
But even Trump cannot do affect the jury or the fucking judge or anybody in there. That
would be illegal.
Yeah. So none of it had to do with Trump. So this is fucking inflammatory. This is what the Democrats are gonna keep losing, dude. Because of shit like this.
Oh, excuse me. Well, the family of a victim of a guy who killed 2 people while robbing a bank. is furious at Biden right now for commuting this guy's sentence to life in prison versus death
Yeah.
because their daughter's not coming back.
But Biden doesn't care about that.
No, and oh, go ahead. What's up? All right, and Manchin is not a fan of this either, and Manchin's a moron. When do they get replaced?
January 3rd.
January 3rd is the Senate and
Yeah.
Congress too, right?
Yeah, both of them do the same day.
Speaking of, are you familiar with Harry Sisson? I think that's his
No.
name. Okay, he's one of these Gen Z far left pundit kids. They're looking for anything to get Trump on, and when they got nothing at all to even twist,
Yeah.
he's now complaining that Trump's reinstalling his Diet Coke button in the Oval Office. This is what he's worried about. Like the guy likes to have a Diet Coke when he's working. You know what I
I
mean?
guarantee he don't have no button. There's servants in the White House for that kind of shit.
Well, not a sort of guy. He's got a button that he pushes when he sits there, and someone walks in and gives him a Diet Coke.
Okay. What's the problem with that? I
Apparently,
guarantee the people that are doing it prefer it that way because then that means less trips. Nobody's got to walk in and see what he wants when he pushes the button, and then they go back out to the kitchen and get it. You know?
Yeah,
It saves the
versus
whole step.
continuously interrupting the president when he's doing his what? Sure, would you like another Diet Coke? Because
Yeah.
Trump likes his Diet Coke, he likes his McDonald's. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I say give the guy a mini fridge full of Diet Coke.
Wonder if he eats the McRib.
I don't know, but people apparently love it though. I've never had one.
I've had two this year.
As soon as it comes out, you run out and get one.
Yeah, and then I just had one this week too because I was afraid they were running out. So
They're that good?
they're pretty tasty. I don't know. I don't want to know what meat parts are in the McRib, but I love the taste of it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say.
Just got to have a million napkins with it because they've gotten sloppy making them. So
I got 3 racks of ribs in my deep freeze over here.
you can make me a McRib.
Well, I'm gonna be cooking real ribs. I got a grill for Christmas. I have to set up soon. And I'm gonna be cooking some ribs right away. Anyway, back to the NFL that we were talking about. Beyonce, I didn't even read this article because I don't care, and I wanted to watch.
You made
Christmas.
$20 million for that halftime show. How much do the people that perform on the Super Bowl halftime get paid?
That's exactly what I was going to ask. Because the Super Bowl halftime is huge.
I always heard that they don't get paid. They're doing
Really?
it for publicity.
You get your name out there because you performed at halftime with Eminem and Janet Jackson or whatever.
Uh-huh.
All right.
I could be wrong.
Maybe, I don't know. $20 million to play halftime. Now, I wanted to watch the Christmas Day game.
I watched them.
My almost 5-year-old didn't get out of bed till like 10.
Dang.
I wasn't gonna wake her up. I was gonna
You
shoot.
should have. Santa was lazy that day.
Well, she got up early, but I told her the night before she could play with because Santa doesn't wrap things here. He just Santa toys come. I was like, anything that's not wrapped, you can play with. Don't open anything. So she was playing with her unicorn stuffy that's bigger than she is.
Yeah. Okay.
And that kept her busy until at least 10 o'clock when she finally came into our bedroom. It's like, come on. Like, okay. Oh, we fired the wife's new 6-shooter too.
Oh, how was that?
Yeah, it was a good time. Just after dusk, and it was crazy because the muzzle flash came out of the out of the chamber there, where instead of the end of the barrel.
Oh yeah.
Because you can see it. It was wild to see in the dark. Okay. Did you guys buy one of these Mega Million tickets?
Of course I did.
I did too. Had to.
I bought 4, I think.
Yeah, I got up to 1.22 billion before someone in California hit it.
Yep. One person gets 1.22 billion.
I get California.
In California again.
Dude, this shit's rigged. This shit's rigged.
It
There's a lot of
had
people
to
in
do
California.
the populations of the different
It
states.
doesn't matter. Look at you, 365 people in the entire United States. Nobody else in Alabama, Mississippi.
You didn't have the right numbers. Did you
Georgia.
People in
check your
Mississippi
ticket?
can't.
Every California person hit it every time, dude. California. And
California,
they get taxed,
New Jersey, New York.
and they get taxed after the Wahoo. I think it's a fucking laundry scheme.
Yeah, but you hit for 1.22 billion, you're gonna bring home at least 500 million.
They had the article.
yeah.
I don't remember it now, but yeah.
That's assuming you take it as a lump sum and not payments the rest of your life.
They
I think
said
I love-
like 99% of the people take lump sums.
I think it loves up. I don't trust the lottery.
Well, you could be like that one guy that won the lottery twice in West Virginia and blew it both times.
I know, right?
So getting some every year might be better for your longevity, you know.
Oh yeah, a monthly payment of $500,000.
It's an
for 50
annual
years.
payment. It's annual
Oh,
payment.
So let
whatever.
me ask you this. What's gonna happen to the Social Security issue right now? What's the Social Security issue right now?
It's gonna be insolvent in like 6 years.
So what make you think the lottery is not gonna be solved in a couple of years?
There's a lottery.
people-
Yeah, go ahead.
The lottery is paid for by people buying more tickets.
Yeah, but you gonna make payments for the rest? No, I take the lump sum.
Well, okay, I hear what you're saying. Is if you accept the payments every year for 50 years,
Who's
maybe in
gonna-
45 years it falls apart and no one's buying
Yeah.
tickets anymore.
Yes.
Versus in Social Security is because fewer people are getting jobs because there are fewer people. So
Yeah.
we can't afford this literal Ponzi scheme. Because for Social Security work, you need to keep bringing in more people at the bottom to pay the people at the top.
So
Well, you
that's
gotta
why.
do your part, Jeffrey. You gotta have more kids.
I hit replacement level.
No, it's 2.5. What's the 0.5?
Yeah,
You
where's
know,
the 0.5?
I went with replacement. I got 2. So at least I'm replacing myself and my wife.
But you know what? You're good because you got 2 females. I only got 1 male and no female. So I'm like 0.5. 1.5.
All right. All right. I can't believe we're still talking about Festivus.
Only when it goes to
Festivus for the
random
rest of us?
ball.
Oh, do you guys remember that episode? Do you even know what it's from?
No, I know it's a from Seinfeld, but I never watched Seinfeld.
Oh, it was a Seinfeld episode. They had a poll,
Mm-hmm.
and it was hilarious because he didn't. George didn't
remember
put
this.
anything to the Christmas Secret Santa thing or whatever it was, and they were giving him a hard time. He's like, I thought it was because I'd be persecuted for my religious beliefs, and he brought up Festivus. No one believed him. Then he brought it to their dad, who was like, "We have a pole instead of a tree." And when we get up and we point to each other and tell each other what we don't like about each other did over the last year.
At least with that something like the Peruvians. The Peruvians at the end of the year they get into a fight, whoever you don't like, and sub issues out.
I just thought it was hilarious. They brought up how Rand Paul went Festivus, saying like, "This is stupid."
Apparently,
This
it's
is
an
stupid.
annual tradition. He does this a lot.
Yeah,
Does this every year.
Good. We're wasting money on this, and this.
Mm-hmm.
He is hoping Doge can fix some of this and then disband itself.
Yeah.
Because I heard on the Clay and Buck show today that when the country got started, there was like 4 agencies.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
We're at like 240 agencies now.
Well, and I understand why we do some of these experiments and some of this funding, but like on this last budget bill, they tried to pass like $100 million to molasses testing.
Yeah.
Why the hell do we the people need to pay for molasses testing? to the
The
tune of 100
molasses manufacturers and the molasses growers should be paying for that.
Yeah, they're like, hey,
or the consumer. Add it
Yeah.
right into the price of the cost of the good.
sounds legit to me. I don't buy
Like-
fucking molasses. Do
Yeah,
you
but
ever
it's
buy
in stuff
molasses?
you do. It's in stuff you eat though.
Like what?
Everything.
Most syrups. It's a
That's all
sweet, thick substance, and I only am so familiar with molasses because I am from the Boston area. And you
It's
ever
the
heard of the,
molasses capital of the world.
I thought it was I buy like Canadian pure syrup.
well, not just the molasses capital of the world. There was a great molasses flood in the 1800s.
Oh, we've already talked about this on the show previously.
Yeah, some of them big.
Many
giant
people
tanks.
died.
Can you imagine drowning in molasses?
No, I don't want to think about it. That's horrible. I'd rather drown than real water.
It's hot and sticky. You can't even try to swim to the top. You just get stuck like in honey.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm laughing. It's horrible.
Yeah, and they say on a hot day in Boston, you can still smell the molasses coming up out of the asphalt, which I doubt because that road's been replaced so many times. Uh, so Michelle Obama made the same mistakes that Jill Biden made, saying "Happy Holidays" with an old culture war trope, but she also spread a message of division and hate on
Yeah.
how everyone's apprehensive about Trump taking over.
Well, that's because she's got a very tiny circle of people she associates with. Because if she actually left her compound, whether it's Martha Vineyard or Hawaii or DC, I know they got three, that the average person that she would run into disagrees.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. Martha's Vineyard. Isn't that what kicked off this whole migrant shenanigans? Was DeSantis took some of these migrants from Texas. I know DeSantis is Florida,
Yeah,
and shipped them up to Martha's Vineyard, like 40 people or something like that.
right.
Massachusetts freaked out and arrested them all.
Yeah, we've talked about it on the show
Yeah, but that's what
multiple
kicked off this whole
times.
thing, wasn't it?
Yeah, probably.
Because that was when everyone started talking about, like, you guys call yourself a sanctuary state, which we will get into.
Now, the
Uh,
Martha's Vineyard, I thought the sanctuary's island.
uh, I don't know, man. Oprah and Obama. That was, I think we named that episode NIMBY, not in my
Yeah,
backyard.
pretty much. I mean, we do know that Massachusetts is a sanctuary state, and Martha's Vineyard is part of the state, so they should all be sanctuary.
Well, we will get into Massachusetts after this Christmas/insurrection thing. And I have an
Right.
audio clip queued up already of Healy talking about the sanctuary status of Massachusetts. So it'll be very, very fun to hear her backtrack on that. But I don't know, Big Mike O was the one who's the first time ever proud to be an American was when her husband or his husband or
Right.
whatever
Uh-huh.
became president. Oh my goodness. And whatever. Trump's already been president. None of this shit they're saying is going to happen then. Why is it going to happen
No,
now?
it's not going to happen now, then, but it's hilarious that when, January 6th happened, years ago, and they're like, oh, conspiracy this, conspiracy that. This is how, Trump tried to overthrow overthrow the government. Well, now we got Raskin, who is an Obama ally, coming up with a way to nullify the election and install Harris as president.
Yeah, I thought that was hilarious because this was all theory about Trump trying to do this, and these guys are coming right out and saying it, like, let's
Right.
do this. So it's not even like we're assuming that you guys are doing this. You're actually conspiring to do this.
Supreme Court is not going to allow it as long as the Supreme Court is allowed to exist. So,
Yeah, well, we'll see. I don't know if I mentioned. I know I've been talking about this dude online, Sean, a lot. I put out there, it's like, we should meet the Democrats halfway, or the Republicans, I said, should meet the Democrats halfway and abolish the filibuster and pack the courts. He
Yeah,
lost his shit. He
see how
lost
they
his
like
shit. Yeah, oh yeah, exactly. He lost his shit. It's like, that would be so terrible. And he goes on and on, explain how everything in the world would go wrong. And I just went back like 8 months in his feed and found him saying that they should do exactly that and shared it back to him.
that didn't go over well.
No, it didn't. I got called all sorts of names. Like, I don't know what to tell you, buddy. I was like, I'm saying that these guys should do exactly what you asked for. But now all of a sudden it's a terrible idea. Just like we keep talking about, the Democrats will pass these ridiculous laws, like their simple majority to put a Supreme Court justice in.
Yeah.
And they still couldn't get their guy, and then Trump gets 3.
Oh no. Oh, they want to put a Supreme Justice, but so because of the elections coming up, guess who had to take for that? Joe Biden.
Mm-hmm.
Because Joe Biden's fucking rule, like, no, let the people elect whoever they're gonna put in the Supreme Court. Like, okay, We follow the fucking rules. They didn't like that. Super majority. Hey, you guys push it through. You don't like it. Now they want to put 13. I remember they want to put 13.
No,
Supreme Court
Biden was
justice.
a dead set against that. So
I
What?
agree.
I give that one his kudo there. That
11's
he
too
didn't
many.
allow that to be pushed through.
What was that? That's 13.
Hmm.
Yeah, but I said they suggest this shit, and when it comes around, like no, we don't need this shit. Like, okay, why the fuck did you suggest it to begin with?
Don't bring it up again in 4 years or 8 years when your guy's back in office. Then, right?
Yeah.
But how many picks do you think Trump's gonna get? Do you think
I think
I think he's gonna
Thomas
get.
Thomas Sotomayor.
I think he's gonna get a couple at least. That
Yeah, Thomas is.
Republican people that see the writing on the wall. They're getting older. They want to enjoy the rest of their life.
Yeah.
Unlike
what's
people that have stuck it out and died in the Supreme Court. So
like
Clarence
Ginsburg,
Thomas, I think he'll definitely
Yep.
do it.
Sotomayor
especially with all
probably.
this shit. They keep bringing up shit about Thomas every time they get the opportunity,
Yeah.
trying to make him look super corrupt.
He's not.
Yeah, that's the fucking Joe Biden fucking era.
Just go ahead and retire, buddy. Enjoy the rest of your life. You're gonna get paid that same paycheck anyway,
Yep.
right? Why
Yeah.
put in the work?
Dude, they get a good pension when they retire.
And let him take some.
Sotomayor is gonna had a heart problem issue. I bet you that.
Here's the question though: is if Roberts and Sotomayor leave, who's gonna get put in place as chief?
Chief, who's the next one in line?
It could be anybody.
No, I
Well,
think it's
isn't that
You
usually
think
voted?
you think what does Roberts is gonna leave?
I don't think he's gonna leave. He's gonna suck it up because they don't
I
like
think he
Trump.
might. I think
I
he
don't
might
think he
now.
will. I don't think he cares if
Dude.
Trump, either Republicans in charge or not. I don't think he. I think
He's
too.
left leaning.
I
He's
think
left
he-
leaning.
Yeah, I don't think he's going anywhere.
If that's
No.
the case, that's awesome because I think that's the way it should be. And I actually give our RBJ a little bit of credit for this that a lot of people don't. But she didn't care if she was replaced with a conservative or a very liberal justice,
She
as long
did.
as there was someone who could do the job.
She did get. Well, maybe one of her early speeches said that. Towards the end, I guarantee she cared.
Well,
Who's
she
this?
was the one when Roe v. Wade was put in place that this is a temporary fix. This has to be changed. This is not constitutional.
But in the end, she didn't agree with that statement.
Very true.
Does she have?
They all
the fuck
freaked
things?
out when the Supreme Court overruled it.
That's
Well,
the thing.
she
Is
was
they didn't
she was
overrule it.
alive. But
You know what I mean? Whether
I
they
know, it was
overruled it or not,
the Dobbs decision.
yeah.
I know, and everyone says it was overruled, but it wasn't. It was just one thing was changed in it. But again, I still think that all comes down to
Yeah, it became a states' rights issue, which
was
is
it
one of the
Article?
things we agree on.
Yeah, Article 2, I think it is, or no, Article. Fuck, maybe it is Article 2 that says leave it to the states. And then, like, in case that wasn't clear enough, they made the 10th Amendment as well.
Right.
And we still, for some reason, we still don't understand how this works. And we have how many government organizations doing shit the state should be doing instead.
Too many.
Like, for real, why is the federal government giving individual states money? Where is this money coming from?
Right. From the taxpayers.
Okay, so the states are getting the money. The federal government could have just not collected that money and let the states collect it. And then the states, you know what I mean? They could have taxed it the way they wanted to. Or let's go crazy conspiracy mode here. Let's just say California, it's like the 7th largest economy on the planet. California most likely is paying more money into federal taxes than every other state. So California's tax money is being handed to West Virginia with the federal government handing out money. California could have held on to that money. Because the government's not making their own money. They're not investing and earning money, you know? I mean, anyway, a guy who worked polls in Pennsylvania, he's been accused of fraud, tried to register his dead father and several other dead people in Pennsylvania to vote and get them to vote Democrat. And even if they were going to vote Republican, it still shows that the system doesn't work very well.
Send
You
it to
can just.
jail. Make it
This is what
public.
we've said how many times. Like, I'm not sure because my parents and I never really talked about politics. I still don't know which way my father votes.
Mhm.
He seems to be kind of classical liberal. I know he doesn't like Trump, but like I'm pretty sure my mom voted Republican her whole life.
She just
Pretty
don't.
sure. But now that she's dead, I'm afraid she might be voting Democrat.
Hopefully not. But it is
No,
Massachusetts, so
exactly. Well, that's the thing is Massachusetts probably doesn't need to have dead people voting to win the Democrat vote, but maybe they do. Maybe that's how they keep getting so many Democrat voters because you have
right.
people that are 180 years old voting. All right, so judge in Texas, federal judge in Texas has stepped up and stopped Biden, at least through the new presidency, from selling off border wall.
Oh, okay. I thought he was like, okay. I thought Texas was buying that border wall.
They
It
were
said they
trying to, but
buy the shit that's worth something if they can.
and
Mm.
then give it back to the Trump, yeah.
Right.
But a judge actually stepped in and said, "No, you can't do this." And the deadline until he can do it again has to be reviewed is after when he leaves office anyway.
So what's that mean?
Means he's not selling any more border wall.
Okay.
I just think it's crazy that this was something that was happening and no one seemed to really care or notice.
They
Anyone
wouldn't
who
have
brought it up,
cared if Trump wasn't reelected. I mean, we
it,
definitely wouldn't know about it. People care, but we wouldn't know about it. It wouldn't be national publicity.
it barely made news. And I brought this up to a handful of different places, and that be like, "Oh, you're a fucking nut job." I'm like, it's on fucking like,
Yeah, it's on the news. It's
yeah, not
on
just on the news,
mainstream
like,
media, not just fucking crazy networks.
yeah, not just us or One American Nation, which I still don't know much about OAN. I know that they're supposed to be a reputable source, but I don't get any of my news there. I have been trying to get more stuff from the Post Millennial. You might want to check them out sometime.
All right.
Anyway, I trust Post Millennial. Oh, the State Department's Global Engagement
Yes.
Center, basically the Ministry of Truth, is closing its doors due to lack of funding.
Yep.
That was, Hunter Biden's laptop is Russian disinformation. Don't believe your lying eyes. Stuff that kept
Well,
coming up from the
this is
government.
also, yeah, this is, I don't know if you said it or not. I might have missed it. I'm a little drunk. But this is the agency that was accused of censoring Americans.
Yeah, they're the ones who came out and said, like, you're not even allowed to. They're the ones that suppressed the Hunter Biden laptop thing
Yeah,
because it
because
was,
it was
yeah,
fake news.
because it was fake news. And then after the election, like, oh nope, it was all real. What? What? That definitely affected the outcome of the election.
Definitely did.
I might have to turn my weird volume up again to get you to hear the sound clip I want to play next. I do apologize in case I get a commercial, but that's why I didn't reload this page. I just rewound it. But this is Maura Healey talking about, she's clarifying the state stance on migrants. And of
What
course
is this now?
it's frozen up as I'm trying to play it. All right, I'm just gonna reload the whole page and then obviously probably deal with a commercial at some random time.
All right. We love commercials when they pay for the show.
Oh, no, my connection just sucks and it won't play this link at all. Oh, no, straight arrow news.
Massachusetts Democratic Governor Maura Healey is making it clear that her state is not a sanctuary state for migrants. Even though 8 Massachusetts cities, including Boston and Cambridge, have declared sanctuary status. Sanctuary policies are designed to limit cooperation with federal immigration enforcement, with their primary goal to protect undocumented immigrants from being detained or deported by federal authorities.
To make a difference, we're seeing the number of migrant families coming into Massachusetts go way down. That's good, because I've also sent the message, Massachusetts, we are not a sanctuary state. If you come here, there is not.
There's the commercial I was
GLP-1
waiting
weight loss
for.
medications are
All
everywhere
right.
these days.
So
And
it's not a commit. So go ahead.
August 2023, Governor Healy declared a state of emergency over the influx of migrants into her state, calling on the Biden administration to help provide funding and work releases for arriving migrant families as the state's shelter capacity became unsustainable. Immigration was a top issue for voters in November's election, and President-elect Donald Trump vowed to carry out the largest deportation of undocumented immigrants in U.S. history. Quickly after Trump's re-election, Healy said state and local law enforcement would absolutely not cooperate with the feds. However, her comments changed this week when she stated violent criminals should be deported.
And my view, John, on immigration is that violent criminals, people who are creating public safety threats in our communities, should be deported if they're not here lawfully.
okay, she has a little bit more to say, but they've been saying for a long time that they are a sanctuary state. And
Yeah, I thought everybody. Did you think of the sanctuary state?
yeah. I mean, it's a
I
real issue.
mean, most people would think that, because it's Massachusetts.
I mean, they considered themselves a sanctuary state. The only thing that would make you think they weren't was the way they treated the migrants that showed up in Martha's Vineyard, but that was a rich neighborhood.
Right.
But I mean, like I just moved out of there this past spring.
How does it feel?
Well, it feels great, but this was a major complaint amongst people in Massachusetts. It really was. It was a big voting concern. And now I wish El Matadoro had joined us when I sent him the link, because he is very, very Hispanic. Got himself an accent and everything. And I'd be curious to hear what he has to say, because he is here legally.
Wait, what are you trying to say?
Well, because a lot of people are concerned that anyone brown with an accent is going to get kicked out of the country. But like, we're just going to send you to any random nation. Like, let's be real here, Guapo. You're an American citizen, right? You were born in the States. You were in the military.
No, he was born in El
US
Salvador.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was born here. His parents were in El Salvador.
Oh, we had this conversation before.
Yeah, I could have sworn you said you. Okay, my mistake. When and how do you get your citizenship?
When I got here a year or two because of my parents.
So they came legally.
Illegal.
You shouldn't have been handed citizenship then.
My mom got married.
Ah, all right. Marriage green card.
Something like that.
Okay.
So a birthright, baby.
I wasn't born here. So I didn't get the birthright. It just got no, it's not anchor baby, it's something else like
okay.
Chain link.
I'm thinking that's what I'm thinking, anchor baby, but
no, chain link, like because of my parents got citizenship.
What exactly is your mom was a citizen, but you were still dependent upon her. They're not going to deport a 5-year-old and keep the mother here.
I was 15, but yeah.
Same difference.
Yeah. But at the same time, you know what? Let me give my thanks to this country. So let me start the Navy. I'm not a fast runner, so I don't like to run. I'm not that dummy, so I couldn't join the army. So Navy is the same. Navy is it fit right in.
Go Navy, be Army.
Cookie cutter, yeah. Hey, the Army has got a lot of smart people too, but I'm not.
Well, we won them in the Army Navy game this year.
Oh yeah, but I'm not a runner. I hate running. I hate running, so
You couldn't tell it by your girth.
Yeah.
All right. Well, there's a lot of Trump-connected folks that are ripping Maura Healey apart concerning her sanctuary situations in Massachusetts, because she's coming out and saying, no, we're not a sanctuary state, but everything they've done has said the opposite, to include we're not going to help federal law enforcement. But she's saying violent.
Do you think she's
criminals.
just saying that for re-election purposes?
Probably
because it's become a point that even your liberal, far left liberals are getting bothered by
illegal crimes.
Yeah, well, not even necessarily the crime, just the fact that they're taking. I mean, they kicked veterans out of housing.
They
to
made
give it
more
to the
money
illegal
that way.
migrants.
The federal
And
government was
that-
paying more for that shit.
Exactly. The illegal migrants were paying out more money to the state than veterans were, which is ridiculous. So we just kicked the vets out on the street.
They even kicked the tourists out of hotels down there.
Yeah.
So they could get more money from the illegals.
Yeah, it pisses everyone off at this point, and anyone who's paying attention anyway, and especially if you're in your little towns like Pembroke, you see some of these illegal migrants here and there, and even the guys with like the MS-13 tattoos, they're actually really polite and helpful. Well, because they don't want to get caught and get in trouble.
Yeah,
they're super helpful to like your average person. They'll hold the
They
door
know when
for
they're
you and all
cut.
that stuff. But when they're doing their dirty business, they will cut your fucking throat. You know?
give you Columbia necktie.
Oh, isn't that when you cut it open and then pull their tongue out through the hole in their throat?
Yep.
That's horrible.
Yeah, Columbia necktie.
All right, Brian, carry us into this homeless thing.
Yeah, sure. So, how many people were homeless, you think, in the U.S. in 2024?
Hello.
Yeah, you there?
I don't know. 25,000.
Uh,
I don't know. Is that close to it?
no, nowhere near it.
Are you serious? A little higher.
701,800 people live without housing in 2024.
700,000.
Almost 800,000 people.
800,000 people.
Uh-huh.
God damn, that's a lot of fucking people, dude.
It was 18% higher than in 2023.
Oh wow. I mean, like, how much can we babysit these people? Do honestly.
Well, some people don't want to. They don't want to deal with the restrictions in life with the house and the bills and all that shit. You know, they want to
make
live
it fucking
free
difficult. Make it difficult. Like I see, like today, I was going out of a grocery store, and they asked me for change. Like nobody fucking carry change nowadays. If they come
Even
out
if
like
I carry it, I don't give it to them because
Yeah,
they're
but
probably
still,
making
because
more. They're probably making more on their change collections than I make on a real job.
or just encourage them to keep it going, you know? Like no, and if I just wait for one day, one of these cocks say, "Oh, it's okay, you can put it in my fucking app over here." I'm like, bitch.
I actually
what?
had a homeless guy come up to me and try to have me cash app him money.
Wow. See, fuck that shit.
Yeah. The wife and I were in Boston, and we came across this homeless guy who looked like he was in a tough spot. And she's like, let's get this guy something to eat. Like he looks like he genuinely needs some help versus, whatever.
Right.
She gets the guy like a sandwich and a bottle of water, and he chucked it across the street. He's like, "What the fuck is this? I can't drink this."
Can drink water.
He meant booze.
Yeah, wow.
And she was like, "All right," and that's why I don't give cash to these folks. Is because
right.
If they're just gonna drink it, what's the point?
Fucking parasite to society. I'm sorry. You know what? Put in You know what? We should make a game show out of them. Put in a fucking island. See what happens. You know.
Oh,
Squid Game.
I just say Squid Games just came out with their new season.
I didn't get into the first season, so I don't get too shit about it.
Oh, it's quality. Once you get into the premise, it's really good.
My stepfather and my fucking brother got into that. Like, what? I couldn't
get into it.
Yeah. But anyways, but like shit like that, you know what?
I'm watching the new Dexter.
I have not yet. I haven't even. Yeah, I was gonna rewatch the old one. Then
Landman yet? Billy Bob Thornton.
Oh, Landman.
Oh, Landman.
Yeah.
I love Landman.
Oh,
that's a great show.
When he explains, she's like, "Oh, you guys are going green out here with the windmills." Like, are you fucking kidding me? He's like, "That."
Yeah, he also he slams on Bud Light all the time too. You know.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's like, that windmill there is just enough electricity to power the pump to pull the oil out of the ground.
Yeah. It's made out of a ton of petroleum products.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, more oil is used to lubricate that.
Well, fucking even install that shit, you know.
Well, you had to drive it out from wherever to install it.
Yeah. but it is a badass show. Like he was,
I love
he's
that show.
He's perfect for that show.
Yeah. Have you watched Tulsa King?
Not
No.
the third season yet. I still watching the first.
I can tell you all about it.
No,
No, I intend to watch it because I hear good things.
Li-
but
Lioness,
It's a lot. You're gonna love it.
in
Lioness,
general, I
have you
gave
watched-
up on Sly.
Well, he's a little bit different character in this show.
Yeah, he's
a
awesome.
gangster, so it's decent.
He's anti-woke. Let's put it that way.
Yep.
I'll tell you though, I've been enjoying a lot of Eastwood stuff the last several years. He's just a crotchety old man. He's like, get the fuck off my lawn.
Mm. Have you watched the
Alright.
what's the name of that prison show? Okay. Anyways,
I have no idea what you're talking about.
there's a guy that like run the prison from the outside. It's like the kid. I forget the name of the show. It's fine.
Run the prison from the outside.
Yeah, the Hawkeye from the Avengers is on it.
I don't know.
Oh, geez. Okay. I don't know.
Okay, it's fine. It's fine.
Anyway, Biden's even admitting that the migrant crisis is part of the homeless problem going on right now.
Oh, really?
Only part.
Oh, there's obviously more to. If there was enough, the thing is, they say if there's enough housing, because there are more empty houses than there are homeless people. Yeah, true. But one, what if I own two homes? Are you allowed to just move someone into it because I have one that I go to go skiing in the winter? Like,
Okay. This is the thing about you know how we like shelter veterans and stuff like that.
not in Massachusetts. That's why they're homeless.
like we shelter veterans and stuff, and just like to shelter them because the previous veteran. I'm sorry, like you got to do something for society, not just to get a free home because you participated in the war. You know.
Well, if you were wounded or injured in such a way that you can't make a living for yourself, I have no problem taking care of those folks.
Pick up the trash. How about that?
It's possible. But the guy, for example, had both his legs blown off.
Yeah,
I have no problem helping that guy.
Well,
out.
you know what? How about we give a telemarketing job? You know what?
I'm cool with that too. If we could find something to help these folks.
Yeah,
but you also have to understand that some of the stuff that some of these folks went through, they're never going to be okay from again.
But how long can we shelter them, dude? Honestly, you just have to suck it up, buttercup. You the fucking injured in the war, so you have to suck it up until we win the fucking fight.
Until you win the fight, yes. And then once the fight is over,
after that is over, you know what? You have to. Your life is a fucking fight too. How long we have to take care of these fucking people?
Forever.
Again, it depends on a lot of different stuff.
Yeah, but you know what? We cannot babysit you forever. I'm sorry. We just
are you collecting disability right now?
10%, barely.
Okay, so we should stop paying you your disability.
Yeah, why not? Fuck it, I would be okay.
I know. I'm just asking I'm just seeing how far your line of logic goes here.
It's fine,
I'm not,
but you know
I'm
what?
not talking trash.
I tried to keep myself healthy when I was in the service. These people get like, yeah, I can see you deaf and stuff like that, but I'm sure you can come out with other fucking things you can do, like, you know, like we could. If I'm sorry, it's just
okay.
like,
Can I make a counterpoint?
Yeah, go ahead.
I joined the service.
Mm-hmm.
I spent many years training to become an arc welder.
Yeah.
Became very proficient in multiple different arc welding techniques.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Because of what the service did to me, I now have epilepsy.
Okay.
And I can't weld.
Okay.
So am I supposed to now go to school, learn a new trade at 42 years old?
Look, I'm not saying
after I spent my formative. I'm just making the argument of
the
these are the
guy
things that happen
on
to
the
people.
streets not doing nothing to help themselves.
Yeah. Well, yes, you're right.
You
do
know
something to help yourself. Yes, I'll give you that.
Do something to help yourself. They're just like, help me. I cannot do nothing for myself. Like, get at least an apartment.
Most of your homeless vets would do something to help themselves, and the ones that don't are mentally broken.
Then we have to get that help to like you get yourself up on your feet. You know?
Those folks that are mentally broken, I say we put them in asylum care, but we got rid of the asylum system.
You know what? Like get like a little home living. You could garden your own garden, have your own chickens. You like, you know what? You self-esteem.
Yes, but I'm saying that the guy who's mentally broken won't do stuff like that. He'll just sit there and relive the same horrible moment over and over again.
Then it's just like we had to like
You can find
instead
stuff
of
that
being
these guys.
instead of being the street, be somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
Better
I do know what you mean.
suffer in the street, be somewhere, be productive to yourself. So do something you can improve on it, like how can I improve myself? Like stop you survive warfare, but you cannot find a freaking job or something to survive this,
Well, again,
if you get disability, I understand that. That's fine. But don't be on the street. Find something to do beyond that,
Well, the only real argument I have against that is the folks dealing with real actual PTSD versus what people call PTSD now. That the people
Oh my
that'll
word,
freak
it's so
out.
fucking ridiculous.
Well, the people that'll, yeah, I know, but the
The
people
people
that'll
that actually might have it, like somebody might have been in the Pentagon on 9/11, don't get it. But
there we go. There we go.
all you had to do was like serve a day in combat, whether you were a cook and never left the base or not. You can get it.
I'm talking about the middle-aged Karen claiming PTSD because she saw a car accident.
Like, look, I seen a guy.
But the guy who actually but the guy whose whose leg got blown off right next to him, then the guy on his other side got shot in the face. That guy might be reliving that night over and over again, that moment every night in his dreams. And he might be getting fired from jobs over it.
Right.
And after so long of not collecting a paycheck, you are so dirty and stinky. Now, often all we do is give the guy a shower and a couple meals, and he can get back on his feet.
Yeah, but can you do that like in a separate place that you don't have to be on the street? You could probably help out there somewhere in the farm.
Oh, and that's exactly the thing, Guapo.
Yeah.
Is exactly what you're saying. Is the folks that actually want to get off the streets, there are ways to get off the street.
Right.
Yeah.
There are shelters you can go to,
choose not that though,
and food kitchens that you can go to get back on your feet and survive again. But then most of the people that never get off the street don't actually want to. At least not enough to put down the pipe.
Separate the society. Sorry, we don't want you in the streets. And
if you got to smoke crack and get a job, then maybe you should go smoke crack and die.
And then the Supreme Court already admitted, like cities, the city can put that ornaments if you don't have to sleep in camps and stuff in the city. No,
Did we talk about how much New York spent on the migrant crisis?
No, we have not, Brian.
They clocked in over nearly 3 million hours in overtime, $140 million. To
dealing with the migrant situation.
Yeah.
So
no wonder that the mayor of New York is freaking out and trying to kind of switch sides on this whole issue.
Well, this is very fun because a lot of the people I've seen in the conversations that go out in podcasts and such defending these migrants will always say, "Oh, they're working, they're paying their way, they're paying taxes, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera."
They're not supposed to be here legal.
Well, why are we reaching into our pockets, paying out $140 million in New York City?
That's just New York City.
Just New York City. Why do they need that much money to help these folks if these guys are paying their own way and paying taxes? They're clearly a burden upon society.
Yes. But nobody cares.
Well, that's the thing is these folks that are supportive of it, they do care. But they don't understand that this money could be helping American citizens instead.
Right.
But instead of fixing the plumbing in Flint, Michigan, we're paying out $100 million plus in some random city to feed and house people that shouldn't have been here in the first place. And I want to help the world too, but I say we have to. You put your own mask on before you put on the mask of the person next to you on the plane, right?
Right.
It's the right thing to do to help others, but it's not my responsibility to reach in my pocket and take care of you.
Well, you don't got change.
Let's be real. Who carries cash?
I know.
There's no point in having
beggars. There's no point in having beggars nowadays,
How much cash do you typically carry on you at a time, Brian? Because I'm sure you probably take out a certain amount to keep in your wallet, right?
I carry about $50 on me at a time.
I cannot disclose that amount.
Is that high?
Why do you keep?
Is it higher or lower than $50?
Lower.
All right. Then you can disclose it.
I can, but I don't want to. I don't want to get killed for $20. Because you never know where. But I drive around. I never know when I end up. You know what? I need food right now, or need something. At least I got $20 in my pocket to get me to where I need to go back home.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Now,
Gas.
I keep a 50 in my truck. So in case something happens, there's $50 in the truck to help me. But I don't bother carrying it
Under
on
the
my
wheel
person.
well and the emergency key slot.
I'm not telling you where it's hidden.
I
No,
tried.
but you know what? At least you got some amount there that could get you by to where you had to go. You know.
Yeah, well, that's in case like I lose my wallet or something. I have
because
$50
your Wi-Fi
cash.
can go down, internet can go down, or a cell phone can be broken, or something like that.
That's what's blowing my mind though is when a solar flare happened. I remember Massachusetts this one time.
Yeah,
it was when the northern lights were really bright in Mass.
Yeah,
and credit cards wouldn't run.
Mm.
And I was like, all right, so I can't use my debit card or whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, I walked up and the teller, she says, I'm sorry, I can't. I was like, well, I got cash. She says, yeah, but like power went out. We only have this old school system over here.
We don't know how to use it.
And I was like, yeah. And I was like, and it says right here on this cash money, this is good. This note is good for all debts, private and public.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, yeah, but I could accept it and I could run it through. He's like, but how would I be able to figure out what your change is? And I was like, take 20 and then minus the $7.99.
Yeah.
And that's the change that comes back. Yeah, but how do I figure that out? And I was like, I'm so
calculator or add.
I was like, I'll pull out. I was like, I'll use a pencil and paper if that's assuming that $12.01 isn't good. If you won't just accept my answer, you know.
Yeah. See, that's why I carry small bills too. I don't carry big bills.
Like I thought you only carry gold coins.
That's why I carry like 10s and 20 top 5s.
I would never carry a gold coin on my person.
I never carry it.
That's just begging to get robbed for a little tiny piece of metal with a ton of money.
Coin.
Oh, he's got a silver coin.
Just one. Because you got to carry cash on you, don't you?
Yeah, but no, who's going to accept your fucking silver round, dude?
You never know when the fucking economy collapses in the middle of nowhere.
So did you hear the good news about Mexico?
They're coming with a new chalupa.
I wish. They're launching an app for migrants in the U.S. as the U.S. vows to defend citizens facing, I don't know. And it vows to help people facing deportation. They don't want them back in Mexico.
Yeah, really? They're helping you find lawyers and legal advice and all sorts of stuff.
Oh, how's that terrorism gonna go? I bet the terrorism gonna go.
How to evade border patrol, ICE, and everything.
Deportation.
Trump's not gonna like that.
No,
he gonna come out with a new fucking tariff, and like you better back it up and be like, hey, how can we send you back home right now?
Well, here's the question: is Mexico launching this app, or is a Mexican company doing it? Because if it's a Mexican company, there's nothing Trump can do about it.
We'll see. Or Trump would be like, tell Mexico, because they don't got free speech, do they?
I don't know, but it doesn't matter. If Trump says Mexico, you have to do something, or else I'll do this.
The Mexican government
for the same thing.
Mexican government is gonna nail the fucking company.
Yeah, and they're gonna do the same thing to Trump that they did over Burisma if he pulls something like that.
What the fuck? What?
You stepped in and told him that quid pro quo.
Doesn't matter. He's the president.
Well, they impeached him before for it.
He gonna fucking pardon himself. He don't care no more. Any crimes between now and 11 years from now, he don't care. Somebody said the president for that.
Well, New York is now New York City, that is in particular, is getting a ton of pressure concerning this migrant thing. After this illegal, was he Honduran or Guatemalan?
What about it?
Guatemalan.
It is a
he set a person on fire on the train.
How'd you feel about this now?
I just can't imagine lighting someone on the subway on fire
and then try to watch them burn.
There's video of it out there too. I refuse to
I'm not
I
watch
watching.
saw a
it.
bit, but like
It will
every
not help my PTSD that doesn't exist thanks to the VA.
and fucking dude, everything we wear nowadays is flammable.
This was about
Yeah.
I was like,
Was
no
that?
way this fucking catch on fire. Yeah, everything we wear now is
Well, I
flammable.
mean, for all we know, he had a bottle of gasoline in the other hand that he squirted on her. I don't know.
No, like just
Or maybe she was
not,
wearing all polyester that went up like a.
yeah.
probably
Yeah,
that's what do it too.
because every light and fucking protect us from the cold weather. Now you have to now make me think about wolf though, like at least a little bit heavy, but you know
I was
what?
like,
At least
wool actually takes longer to light catch on fire
yeah,
though.
Wolf is the way to go.
Oh, definitely wool is but it's so expensive. Let's be real here.
at least you get 50%.
What did First of all, I am still pissed. They got rid of the pea coat, didn't they?
Yeah, I think so.
The Navy got rid of the pea coat, which is ridiculous. But what did a pea coat cost? It was like $160
Yeah, it was expensive.
for just a wool jacket. And I don't know why they got rid of it. The thing's fashionable. It looks nice. I mean, how many companies have ripped off the Navy pea coat, especially for women's clothing, you know?
Definitely a lot.
Yeah. And I still wear mine in cold weather because it's a nice jacket. It's super warm. Now, that wool blanket that we had on the racks in our racks on the ship,
That was warm.
those bitches were itchy as fuck though. And
you
know it.
You didn't wash them.
Maybe. I tried to let oh, there he is. What's this read AI meeting thing in the corner?
I'm trying something out.
All right.
So what about the Queen subway rider? She's 69 years old, or he, and stabs two people that were robbing them in self-defense.
Well, it's interesting because I saw people calling this Daniel Penny syndrome, where people think they have the authority to like do stuff. It's like you can defend yourself, and I'm more worried about Luigi Mangione syndrome than Daniel Penny syndrome. At least the Daniel Penny thing, people are stopping crime versus I don't like what this guy's doing.
Yeah.
What's up, repeat offender? I see you driving on the wrong side of the car. Probably the wrong side of the road, too.
You know, like we're actually on the right side.
Don't get into an accident. I don't want to be witness this.
Yeah, we're actually on the right side, like.
Yeah,
we drive on the right side.
You drive on the wrong side, mate. You're on the left side.
No, literally the right side of the road. Like left or right. We're on the right side.
This is going to stuff this up. I'm going to do a U-turn in a minute.
I'm not watching. I can't watch anymore. I'm getting dizzy.
Here we come, guys. Traffic on your left hand, mate.
Oh my god.
Yeah, we don't drive on the left side of the road because I don't need to carry a lance in the right hand. Okay.
Bloody heathen. You heathen.
You know that's where that comes from, right?
Napoleon.
Yeah. Yeah, from Southie days.
Yeah. And it's funny because us Americans, we'll use anything to measure something besides the metric system.
Yeah, why not?
Well, it's funny because we'll still use
metric system's too complicated.
Oh yeah.
Actually, this is
base
easier.
10 is so simple.
Well, it's actually pretty interesting when Canada becomes your 51st state.
Well, I think it's open.
You guys want to be the 51st state?
Australia?
We're still using yeah, we're using Fahrenheit over here.
Yeah, I know. Jesus Christ. Imagine if we become your 52nd state, you guys become alcoholics then.
Well, I mean, I guess it depends on what you consider an alcoholic.
I'm not alcoholic.
Yeah, I don't go to no meeting.
Alcoholics are quitters. You know that, right?
I never quit.
I go to meetings, mate.
Got a who?
I go to meetings.
Sorry, I'm having trouble hearing you, man.
I said alcoholics go to meetings.
Okay.
Alcoholic got it murky.
Meetings.
Sure.
Drinking.
I'll
Well,
tell you what, I've got
alcoholics.
better reception. I've probably got better reception at the moment.
All right.
Can you hear me?
Barely,
How's
man.
that? Any better?
You're quiet and you're echoing off the inside of your vehicle.
I'll listen to you in 5 minutes. I'll be home shortly.
All right. Well, when you get back, we're probably gonna be talking about aircrafts and war.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Riveting.
All right. Yeah. Well, right now, a new Florida Democrat has defected to join the Republican Party because the progressives are just getting out of control with their demands and what they want. Especially.
I saw that. I didn't share it.
I kind of question these people defecting, dude.
Well, this is over Israel. This is about Israel.
But still, like every Democrat defected. Like, what make you think they're not gonna defect back when the thing doesn't go their way?
They probably will as soon as the Democrat Party turns back into what the Democrat Party was 25, 30 years ago.
I don't know.
Never gonna happen.
Even Tulsa Gabbard, like I still don't trust her because I haven't seen anything about her. Like, what makes you change her mind about the Constitution, right? The Second Amendment. You know, it's just plain wise.
Well, she's explained that she has, but that's not even the big issue. The big issue is the Democrats have moved so far left that she agrees more with the Republicans than the Democrats now. It's like, why are we getting into every fucking war? Why are we giving all the money to the migrants? Why are we censoring people? These are all things the Democrats were opposed to until Obama showed up. Yeah, the Democrats were the ones.
Bill Clinton. This is Bill Clinton era, dude.
Yes, exactly. 90s.
Yeah.
Under Bill
The
Clinton.
good old 90s.
Yeah, but under Clinton, I believe it was, the Democrats were the ones who came and saved my music from the crazy right-wing nut jobs.
No, dude, look at it.
That wanted to censor my music.
No. Go back, look at it. Freaking what's the name of that? The Democrat freaking vice president of Bill Clinton vice president.
The what now?
Bill Clinton.
Al Gore.
Al Gore. He was talking to the freaking music guy. I'll show you the link.
Al Gore. I mean, we all have to pay homage to Al Gore, or else we couldn't be doing this show because he invented the internet, as we all know.
No, but he the one that was fucking. He was really hardcore with the fucking. Oh my god, I had to say
climate change, global warming.
No, the rock and roll.
But...
rock and roll.
Well, it was the Republicans that had the satanic panic.
Guy, the Twisted Sister, they were like a meeting about it.
D. Snyder.
Yes, I'll go with D. Snyder.
Yes, but I'm just saying it was the Republicans that wanted to censor.
Al Gore, though.
No, Marilyn Manson and music like that. Barbara Bush was a big proponent of trying to make this happen. And it was the Democrats who came in and it was like, just put a parental advisory sticker on it. I don't know. The Democrats aren't what they used to be, man.
No, I had to say this.
Even look at JFK. Could you imagine a Democrat coming out today and saying, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country?
No.
No, they would be considered some kind of far-right Nazi today, wouldn't they?
Yep.
And that's probably why they shot her in the head.
Yep.
And who are they, though? The CIA.
IRS. The CRT.
Yes, the IRS is worried about JFK. Well, Iran now is recruiting children for these these attacks on Israel.
Did they run out of adults?
I don't know, but it's entirely possible they plan on strapping bombs to these kids and having the kids run up begging for help and then detonating the children.
Yeah. I mean,
we've seen this before.
People will let kids get closer than anything else.
Because you want to help the kid.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But that's been going on. The Vietnamese used to do it, mate. The Viet Cong used to do that to their kids. By bombs.
Yeah, I'm having a real tough time hearing and understanding you, man.
Oh, sorry. I'm just saying the Viet Cong used to do that.
Communists?
And Viet Cong. You're in Vietnam?
Oh,
Vietnam
Viet
War?
Cong. Yeah, Viet Cong. Yeah, they exactly. The kids would run out like, "I need help, I need help," and as soon as you came out to help them, they pull the automatic weapon from behind their back and shoot three soldiers.
Yeah. Yep, 100%.
Well, they were communists too, so I guess that works out. So it looks like they're actually cracking down on these new laws they passed concerning the drones, especially in New Jersey. Someone who went up there and took photographs with his own drone is being prosecuted on the Espionage Act.
Oh, they found somebody?
Dude, you know you can go buy a drone at Best Buy, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna buy my wife one coming up here pretty soon because we're out in the mountains in the middle of nowhere, and it's gonna be really great pictures from the sky of the area.
Unless you're Chinese.
Well, that's the thing is this dude has been picked up under the Espionage Act for taking pictures with a drone. But this was also in one of the areas that the FAA came out and said, don't fly a drone.
Well, and when you're reading the article, you come to find out he wasn't just like over Newport News. He also did the Norfolk Shipyard and BAE Systems with the drone.
Yeah, so exactly. He's not taking pictures of a mountainside in West Virginia. He's taking pictures of a Navy base.
Multiple Navy bases, multiple construction yards, and then he goes and hops on a one-way ticket. He tries to get on he buys a one-way ticket to China.
Jeez, good thing we're not at war because this might be a capital offense.
Yep.
I don't know what the penalty is for espionage. Is that also capital punishment?
Yeah.
Interesting stuff. Okay, have you guys seen this shit about these people in planes lately? What's going on with the planes? Like,
no.
One woman went nuts in Alaska, or I'm sorry, an Alaska Airlines plane in Seattle. She like went nuts and climbed on the wing.
And claimed it due to anxiety.
How did she get on the wing?
Opened the door.
Okay.
Nobody cares.
I'm assuming this is on a tarmac.
I hope so.
Was she flying? Able to do.
She's a wing walker.
And then another plane just flew to Hawaii, United Airlines, and they found a dead body in the wheel well.
So,
well, what the fuck is TSA doing? They'll grab my balls and put a finger up my ass
in a heartbeat.
But this asshole can run up and just jump onto a plane.
He had to. He would have to be employed by some airline for some reason, no matter how minuscule it was, to be out there on the tarmac.
And yeah, I know that you're not going to survive a flight in the wheel well. You're going to suffocate or freeze to death.
Yeah.
But you could easily, if you plan on dying anyway, you could easily put a bomb on yourself or strap a bomb to the wheel. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like I said, they'll frisk me. They'll friggin' tickle my prostate to get on a plane. But you got dudes just running up and climbing up in wheel wells of planes as they take off. And how did no one see this shit happen? These things they don't get out of sight. You know what I mean?
Right.
Crimey. And then there was that all right, I'm gonna try to get this right. Azerbaijan.
Yes.
Plane. It's a nation. Plane wrecked and killed like 36 of 50 something people.
I'm surprised. This is unusual for me because typically people don't survive plane crashes.
Guess what part of the airplane survived?
Back.
The rear, the tail end.
Oh, I got to keep my back seats going then.
Hell, no, the tail end. That's why I always get tail end. Ever since it did airline do a testing to see who will survive an airplane crash, and usually people in the rear of the tail like, okay, I don't care. I get to tell him. Every time I fly from them on, I just get to tell him.
You think the tail end would be most likely to die in a wreck because the plane's trying to make an emergency landing and it's touching the ass down first?
Play fair.
I'm just saying, if you're trying to do an emergency crash landing, you're going to bring the ass down first. But Putin came out immediately and was like, "We had nothing to do with this. Don't blame us because it happened over Russian airspace."
Right.
And now he's come out and said, "Yep, it was probably our fault." They think it probably had.
Well, he
something
did not say that. He just apologized for the actual crash. So
okay, and the speculation is their radar and sound jamming tech that they're using against Ukraine interfere with the GPS of this plane, which would make sense if it's supposed to stop military aircraft. I mean, obviously, it's going to stop commercial stuff, you know.
right.
Because I don't know if you guys have any electronics, which I'm sure you do. Look at your cell phone. Somewhere, either printed on it or on the paperwork that came with it, it says it will not produce any interference and will accept any interference. So the government can really just shut off all your shit, no problem.
Well, that's why we got to become hammer operators.
Learn how to stop beep 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 beep.
Have a little show over him.
Oh, and China has, I don't know if it's been christened yet, but they've unveiled a new warship.
This is insane.
Yeah, largest amphibious warship in history. I understand the need for amphibious ships. Navy's used them. United States Navy has used them a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, D-Day alone. But the problem is with giant ships is you take out that one vessel, you take out a whole bunch more people that were going to be deployed as soldiers too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Versus sending 10 smaller vessels. I don't know. I don't know much about this vehicle. For all I know, it's huge and deploys other vessels instead of personnel. You know what I mean?
Right. It's something to be concerned about.
Yeah, well, they're always a generation or two behind, and they always try to go bigger.
Go bigger or go home.
Well, hasn't not helped them with their aircraft carrier situation. I mean, how many generations behind the United States is China right now with the aircraft carrier?
Probably one.
Oh, more than one. China has one, right? And does it have a flat top or does it have a ram?
I think it's got 3.
I think they only have one.
All right, somebody else look it up. I'm busy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the United States is the only nation that has flat top aircraft carriers.
Britain does.
Do they?
No, they don't. I mean.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they have a big ramp on it too, right? A lot of tech is involved.
Nobody else has the catapult system.
No.
Which is nuts because we've moved on from steam to electromagnetic.
Well, the Chinese are trying to get that now.
Steam works well enough.
Obviously not efficiently enough because the Navy moved away from it.
Well, that's because if you get a high pressure steam leak, it'll cut a human in half and cauterize the wound as it cuts you.
So can an electromagnet.
No. I'm talking about the actual steam itself. Magnetism won't affect you.
Oh, yeah, well.
No, not really. Especially an electromagnet, you control where the magnetism is.
It's in my body.
Well, everything's magnetic to some extent. Even stuff that's considered non-magnetic. You get a big enough magnetic charge, it'll be affected. Okay. We talked about this F-15 that was it the Gettysburg shot down?
Yeah, I did shoot it down, yes. The pilots ejected.
Yeah, and they both survived.
Yep.
Apparently,
It's happened again.
well, not even again. Again, it was at the same time, from what I understand. They shot at a second aircraft at the same time and missed it by like 100 feet.
God damn.
Okay.
Well, this has me even more concerned because at least when we shot down the one that we didn't, oops, sorry, it was our guy. At least I said, at least we know we can shoot down 40-year-old aircraft technology with
But
our
we
brand
did.
new anti-aircraft technology. But apparently we missed one of them too.
Yeah.
My question is, are they turning on the IFF signal? That's another question too. What the pilot?
Doesn't matter. They don't need to turn on
It
because
doesn't matter. Like it
there's
does matter. It does matter.
There's
It
a
does
secure
matter.
link.
If you turn off your fucking signal, like, hey, I'm friendly.
There's a
They're gonna think
secure
you're a
link
fucking
that
enemy.
goes into the CIC. It's like a NATO secure link that goes through
Apparently,
all
they've been turning it off. They've been turning it off.
Fuck all that. The Houthi ships fired at American cargo vessels, and we shot down missiles with Navy ships, but did not sink the ships. And now we're just going to shoot aircraft out of the sky that aren't even shooting at us.
That's the thing. They don't know if probably the ships don't know like, this is friendly or not. Fucking shoot it down. We figure out later.
And that's how you go to prison forever. Rules of
Yeah.
engagement.
Because you know
man.
what?
You
You
don't
have
just
probably pilots are turning this shit off, dude. I'll give you pilots are turning this shit off.
again. That's not the point. The point is then how come we
What
didn't?
does that mean? Like, if you didn't want to identify,
Then how come we
people-
didn't sink the ships that fired on American vessels?
I don't know, dude. I don't know about that, but I'm talking
Because
about
they actually fired missiles versus these aircraft fired nothing. And even if they didn't have the signal
you know
saying I'm a
what?
friendly,
Biden
they still knew an
administration-
aircraft was coming back because we had just launched some.
the Biden administration is fucking shit up, and they probably somebody in the fucking airfield like, oh, turn off the air. We don't want to identify nobody that we're friendly or foe, and you getting shut down because of they doing this shit. I bet you it's the fucking pilot's issue. It's a air command issue.
I'm going to accept the argument that maybe they should have had their signal on if it was off, but that
Yeah,
still was
but we
not
don't
reason
know.
to
We don't
fire.
know.
But
We
that
don't
still
know.
was
They
not that still was not reason to fire upon them. If
You don't know.
if-
You don't know what they're seeing, too. You're not there. You don't know what the fuck is going on.
if the situation is that we're that concerned about enemy forces, then we should have sank the ships that actually fired upon us versus the aircraft that did not fire
Then
upon
you know what?
us.
This is like months ago. Then they responded, you know what? We're gonna sink anything that get close to us.
Maybe that's exactly what it was. No,
This
maybe you're
is
right.
ship. Now your aircraft. Now we have to shut it down. You know.
Maybe you're absolutely right. It was
Shut it down.
We don't know.
Shut it
everyone.
down.
we don't know
Everyone
what's
heard about
going
this and they're pissed off. Now we have to stop it. That's entirely possible. As they said, we learned a lesson from not sinking the ship. Now we maybe.
No, that's a ship is one thing, but now we got a fucking aircraft on top of us. You know, that's probably a whole different beast. You know, we don't know.
See, I
We
don't
don't
know how
know.
much ship. I don't know how much the skipper of the carrier interacts with the smaller vessels in the battle group.
But they
either.
need
A
to
lot.
They need to identify.
So,
the stuff
well,
up really far.
I'm just saying, okay, then if the carrier launches 3 jets to go do a mission, then come back, is the rest of the battle group told what's
Yes.
happening?
Yeah,
So
there's like
They
an admiral.
They
There's an
should.
admiral in charge of the carrier
Commodore.
battle group.
The Commodore.
Yeah,
the Commodore's in charge of more than one vessel.
right.
Yeah, there
The
should be
whole
further
fleet that's
whole
out there
fleet.
with that vessel at the
Yeah.
time.
Right. So exactly, does the cruiser get notified that we have 3 jets going out and there'll be 3 more coming back in this time window?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? It's fun to make fun of one of them. The accident happened, but this is fucking occurrence now. 2 in a row. You know?
Well, Brian,
This-
I said I believe that these happened at the same time. We fired at 2 aircraft, missed one, and hit one. The missed one came out after the fact.
I don't know. I didn't read too much, but I heard there's a second fucking almost shut it down. The second carrier. So what the fuck is going on? You know?
But
Do
this
you
is the
get
issue I'm having is the United States
You know-
Navy does not seem prepared, and they're supposed to be the most effective fighting force on the planet.
I almost fucking shoot out. I almost got a shootout with the fucking army guys because they want to be around the fucking cruiser, just the cruiser, back in 2002 with the fucking Zodiac. About to have a shootout with them because they didn't want to identify with us. You know, they told them, get the fuck out of our ship. Don't get close to us without telling us. Okay?
Yeah.
And it could be the same thing going on, you know, like who the fuck are you? They don't want to identify themselves. We're gonna shoot you down. Sorry, you know.
Here's the question: does the United States Navy use a warning shot for aircraft, or is that only for seafaring vessels?
There's no warning shot in the military that I know.
Navy is the only force in the United States allowed to fire a warning shot.
I don't know the changes that lately or not, but you know what? You shoot
Well,
down,
no,
ask what you later.
even when I was enlisted, the United States Navy was allowed to fire a warning shot. Like, you need to back off, and they would fire one across the bow.
Mm. But
I'm
it's
just
another
wondering
ship, no fucking aircraft.
that's what I'm wondering is, would we do it for an aircraft? Fire a round out half mile in front of it to say, "Hey, back the f off," and
Mhm.
a 5-inch gun round, not a missile.
Right.
Yeah.
This is what I'm worried about: is if the world's going to erupt into war, and we're taking down our own aircraft, and we're worried about integrating the birthings to allow transgender people into the birthing of their choice,
Yep.
instead of how to fight a damn war.
Well,
How
it
ready
might
are we
end
going to
with
be?
the Royal Navy Britain's results from
Yeah,
that.
yeah, with what, gang rape charges or something they're talking about.
Yep.
Um, I don't know a whole bunch about the RAF or RAN. I'm sorry, no,
Well, they've got
Royal
females on
Navy.
board, so
Yeah, and I don't know. Do they segregate their men and women like the U.S. does
I'm
in
sure they
terms of
try.
birthings and sleeping and everything?
I'm sure they do.
I don't know. We had a lot of women on on both of my ships, and
No pregnancies.
I not that I was aware of. Now, I knew of a lot of guys that went on an 8-month deployment to come back to their wives 4 months pregnant.
That happens.
Yeah, that's a Jody thing though, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Shoot, is that our entire list?
Kinda.
Yeah, well, we got the TikTok idiot who filmed himself spraying some kind of pesticide on food in the supermarket.
How'd
Dumbass.
that turn out for him?
Huh?
Food poisoning. Food poisoning. Fuck it. Go to jail.
Yeah, well, he's been arrested now, and this is not the first time we've seen somebody
He's
film
stupid.
themselves doing something dumb like this.
Well, oh my god, whatever. You deserve to go to jail just because of basic.
Yeah, well, this seems to have started. I don't know if you guys remember the whole pandemic or the whole situation with people like opening ice cream and licking it
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
putting the lid back on and putting it away.
yeah, still disgusting.
Did you ever see that woman who would go to the supermarket, like drop her panties and like put them in the
Oh,
produce?
that was in Spain or something like that.
What the fuck is the matter with people?
I guess so. Jail time would fix them. We don't know.
Dude, like I want to get some lettuce and some carrots, not whatever nasty. And she was an OnlyFans model, not whatever weird disease are in your panties.
But still, we don't know.
Dear God, am I gonna get face herpes if I eat this apple?
Let's try to explain that to your wife. Like, it's not me. It was the Facebook OnlyFans. Oh, you be fucking Facebook OnlyFans? No.
No,
It's
I
a
ate
new,
an apple.
it's a new trend started by Rosie O'Donnell.
I still
Oh my
be
God.
pissed about that.
That's like getting chlamydia from playing ping pong in Thailand.
I
I
said you
don't
used
want
the
to
clean
know.
seat toilet, darling. I should have used that clean seat toilet.
Yeah.
Anyways, hi. Oh my god.
All right,
Getting
well,
Shooting
flat.
properly now.
Yeah, I can hear you well now, but we're out of material.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, you came to the end. Hey,
Yeah.
you know what? It's still 20 days until Joe Biden fuck shit up. Still.
Well, did you talk about
Dude,
Texas?
What's that?
Did you talk about Texas?
No, what about Texas?
Well, they've stopped you
Nope.
from selling bloody parts
Yeah,
of the wall
yeah,
now. You can't sell no more.
yeah. Until after Trump's president, we talked about that. Uh, I shit. Something just came up and reminded me of something, but I forgot about it. That sucks. Oh well. All right. Well, I mean, I guess that's our show, unless we got something else we want to talk about.
Poor Jen Psaki back in AC in charge of the committee.
Jen Psaki. Don't know what to think of her. We'll circle back with you on that one.
Pepper and Patty's
Pat?
gone, mate. She's gone. She's gone.
Probably. They're all gonna be gone. MSNBC's losing all their anchors. They're all getting pay cuts anyway.
I can't wait for the new seating arrangements of the White House press secretary's
Well, there's no
dais.
viewers on MSNBC. People are
Yeah.
not even watching the Joe Scarborough show anymore.
Isn't
Yeah.
Joy Reid down to 59,000 or something now?
I don't know about that. I don't know. I know they choose off at a pay cut. I don't know what it was, but like Rachel Maddow is down to was it 25 million a year for a once a week show.
That's ridiculous.
Could you imagine? That's over $1 million a month.
And she doesn't even live in the
Before-
U.S.
Dear God. And then these folks complain to me about the rich people.
They are the rich people.
Yeah, it's like you like oh grocery prices are up. Oh, woe is me. It's like bitch. You claim that you hate the wealthy and you don't even know what your grocery bill is every month.
Right.
Mate, I just can't wait for the new seating arrangement at the White House press conferences. They had all those podcasters in the front row.
Yeah.
Tim Pool, he'll be up the front.
And that's something I've been talking
How will they
about.
pass their clearances?
Well, Disney and all these other giant corporations are going to move into the podcasting space very quickly.
They already
There's
did.
Well, I'm just saying, there's no like Disney and CBS is just going to go. Oh,
Look how it worked out for Spotify.
Boys,
Yeah.
this is a big chance to get a seat there, fellas. You
We
need a foreign
tried.
correspondent. You need a
What,
foreign
you think-
correspondent.
We had somebody reach out to the Trump administration trying to get us a podcast. He rejected us.
We tried to get Trump to come on our show before we started doing podcasts.
Let me know if you need a foreign correspondent.
Yes, you could tell me all about how the Aborigines were detained for COVID-19 and then chased and hunted down and put back into their camps.
Nah, the better stories than that. The better stories than that.
I'm just saying that was a good one because they make such a big deal about the Aborigines, and as soon as anything went down, they're like, put them all in a fucking concentration camp and don't let them escape.
That's what we're going to do to our Tasmanians.
Oh, New Zealand, I believe, is the only other nation on the planet that uses Fahrenheit besides the U.S.
Nah, they're on Celsius, mate.
I like Fahrenheit. It's a more precise scale.
Nah, mate, get Celsius.
Well, I got 32 degrees to 212 from freezing to boiling, where Celsius is 0 to 100.
It's all right, mate.
Fahrenheit's way more precise.
Get with the times, brother.
Why?
Guys.
Well,
All countries use it.
You motherfuckers all need to adjust what you're doing to interact with us.
Nah, fuck yous.
Why do you
We're
think the
right.
entire world speaks? Okay, you can say the entire world speaks English because of the UK. I understand that argument, but the reason why the rest of the world had to learn English was to do business with the United States.
It's the international business language.
Well, this, mate, it was going on the world before us. It was going on the world before America was born around.
All right.
that
All
our
right.
shit?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's our show, Brian.
All right.
Let's wrap this one up.
Put a cut on.
Gondolas are us.